Hey everyone, welcome to part 7 of our 7-part series of chakra rhythms that were played at Summerstar a few years back. We are at Chakra 7. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Now Chakra 7 is said to have anywhere between 1,000 and 10,000 petals to it. But instead of playing a rhythm in 10,000, we are going to play some ambient music, non-rhythmic music. So, I'm going to show you some techniques on your drum, on how you can play some really cool non-rhythmic sounds. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some common percussive instruments that you might find in any percussion bag or any drum circle. So, first the drum. A really cool and common technique and very subtle technique is just placing your both hands on your drum nice and comfortably, and then just go around. Gives you a nice white noise, hissing kind of sound. Fills up a lot of space. If you get 3 or 4 people doing this, it's pretty cool. Alright, another technique is just any sort of tone and starting semi-fast but slowing down rather quickly, like this. And that's all that you would want to play. Just sort of in and out, let it be very fleeting. And you can do the same thing on the bass tones. And when you slow down pretty quickly, like you're coming up to a red light or something. And then another technique is playing as fast as you can, but not very loud, just for like 2.5 seconds. Kind of in and out. As you slow down, have the volume come down. And then you can do the same thing on the bass tone. And when I use this technique on the bass tone, I usually use my fingertips on the bass tone. That way, I have more of a percussive sound, more of an attack. But that's just me. Right? So there's this. There's this. The bass tone version. Fast on bass tone. And then another technique that I like to use, I really don't have a name for it, I'll just show it to you. I just put my hand just on the drum to mute the head, and I hit it, but then I bring the hands together. You don't want to press too hard on the drum. You can, but I usually just let it slide right on up. And you can do the same thing going down. So throw those in once in a while. That's pretty cool. So we got the hissing sound, the white noise with the hands just rubbing the drum head. We got the tones that start semi-fast and slow down rather quickly. We got the same technique but on the bass tones. And we just got the really fast, fleeting. Same thing on the bass tones. Or with your fingertips too. And then we got the little chopper little thing. Up and back down. Right? And sometimes even just hitting a bass tone and letting it ring is a really, really nice addition. So, those are the techniques on the drum. Quickly, I will go through, for example, a kabasa. You know, really awesome instrument. Kind of throw that out there. Or you can do like the old rattlesnake sound. Pretty cool little instrument. Then we have the goat toes. You can make them sound like a babbling brook. By just spinning them. And then you can use like that one technique, you know, the or right. And then you may have heard this in like some, you know, cop shows or whatever, you know, with some claves. Again, it's the same thing you're doing with the tone on the drum. Same thing, shaker. Nice round shaker like this orange here, you can just sort of spin it around. Kind of gives you that same sound as your hand on the drum, right? That's pretty cool. And then, of course, zills. And if you have zills, you're going to obviously have a tambourine, right? And then, nice if you have a nice little bell. I just let that ring for a while. And then, of course, there's always one of my favorite. I call them a twirly. I don't know what else to call them, but they sound like that Australian war rod, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Right? Okay, so there are the examples of cool little ways you can make awesome sounds during an ambient thing. And just imagine if 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people are playing this way all at once. It's amazing. So what we should do now is we should play a little bit. I'm going to start off with the drum, just doing some techniques that I had showed you, and then I'm just going to break off into some of these other percussive toys. Do the same thing if you wish. This is very free and open. It can sound differently and probably will sound differently every time. So without further ado, I'm just going to start off with those drum techniques here. All right, here we go. So that was a nice example of playing some ambient music within the 7th chakra, and what we all played there at Summerstar that particular year. So, I hope you enjoyed this series on the 7 chakras. It was a lot of fun for me to make, and I've been inspired to do another series at some point here. I'm open to suggestions at this point. So until then, enjoy these 7 videos, and we will see you soon. Bye.